So hello everyone, today we are going to see about the bit field in C programming. In the previous lecture, we have already see about the type def. After that, we have gone through the typecasting. What do you mean by typecasting? What are the different types of typecasting and so on. Now today we will see what do you mean by bit field in C. So in programming terminologies, a bit field is a data structure that allows the programmer to allocate the memory to structure and union in bits in order to utilize the computer memory in an efficient manner. Basically, what happens whenever we are going to declare a variable? Suppose if we have declare a variable of integer type. Suppose if you have written integer a, so it means that a is a variable of integer type. So that means what the compiler will do. Suppose if you have written integer a, integer space a, so a is a variable of integer type. So once you declare the variable a, the compiler will automatically allocate the memory. So we have declared the variable a with the data type integer. So integer required a 2 byte of memory location if you are using a 16-bit compiler. If you are having 32-bit compiler, it means that we require a 4 byte of memory location. So suppose if you have declared integer a, so it required a 2 byte of memory locations. It means that 2 byte which is equal to 16 bit. We already know 1 byte which is equal to 8 bit. So it means that 2 byte which is equal to 16 bit. That means 8 bit is here and 8 bit is here. It means that whatever value you have stored into the A, whatever value you are going to store into the A, so that value will be stored in this particular memory location. It forget about the how many bits for that particular number will contain. It means that suppose A hold the value 1. So 1 required only 2 bits of memory location. Okay. For example, suppose if I have written A is equal to 5. So it means that if I want to store 5 in memory, so we required only 3 bits of memory location. We required only 3 bits. But out of 16 bit, we are going to use only 3 bits. The rest of the 13 bits will going to be wasted. In a normal cases, it would not be possible. Whatever memory is allocated, we have to use a particular part of that memory location. It is not possible with the normal variables. So it is one of the feature that bit field is one of the feature which is provided by the C programming. So basically bit field is widely used in case of a structure and union. So in this case, suppose integer a is equals to 5, that means 5 requires only 3 bits. If I want to store a number 5, so 5 is converted into a binary. So अगर 5 को binary में convert करते हैं, so it will require only 3 bits. So, but the memory allocated for variable a is of 16 bit, 2 byte. So out of 2 byte, out of 16 bit, I'm going to use only 3 bits. So rest of the bits are going to be wastage. To recover this problem, the bit field concept will be used. And most widely used, the bit field concept is most widely used in a structure and a union cases, because structure and union are the user-defined data type. Since structure and union are the user-defined data types in C, the user has an idea of how much memory will they occupy. Accordingly, by the implementation of bit field, memory management becomes easy and efficient. But obviously, that means जितना हमें required memory है उतना ही हम लोग allocate करेंगे. It means that we are going to use the memory in a very efficient manner. So there is a necessity of the bit field in C programming. It is used to reduce the memory consumption. Like as in this example, we have declared a variable a, it reserves the memory of 2 byte, and if we are going to store the particular value, that value require a very few amount of bit or few number of bits will be converted for that particular value to the binary. So that value will be stored into the memory. So only the amount of bit, or we can say number of bits, will be utilized. The rest of the part will be wasted. So it will reduce the memory consumption. After that, easy to implement. It is very easy to implement. After that, provide the flexibility to the code. Provide the flexibility to the code. Now we'll see one simple example. Suppose in this example, we have declared a structure. The name of the structure is date. Struct followed by the structure name. Name of the structure is date. Under that, integer d for day, integer m for month, and integer y for year. So that particular date structure consists of three members. One is date, another is month, and another one more is year. After that, normally whenever we are writing this program under the main, just we are find out the size of the date. Okay, now with the help of size of operator or with the size of functions, we are going to find out the date size. So it will find out the size. So normally, suppose if you are using a 16-bit compiler, so date required a 2 byte. After that, month required a 2 byte, and year is also required a 2 byte. So for this particular date structure, if we create the variable of date, suppose if I created date dt, just यहाँ date का dt create किया हुआ है. So what is the size? Yeah, before that we have find out the size of this structure. Size of this structure is 6 byte because day required 2 byte, month required 2 byte, and year required 2 byte. 2 to the 4 and 2 3 the 6. That means total 6 byte is allocated for this date structure. Now here we have created one variable of the structure dt of type date, and date is nothing but a structure. So under that dt, what we have passed three values. First is 31, after that 12, after that 2014. It means that day contains the value 31. After that, month contains the value 12, and after that your year contains the value 2014. So that means that value are stored into the memory, whatever memory is reserved for that particular variable. So normally what happens, suppose day consists of the value 31. So overall 2 byte of memory location, we are going to store the 31. So first of all 31 which is converted into the binary, and that value will be stored into the memory. So rest of the bit will be going to the rest. Again in the month there is the value 12. Again 12 is converted into the binary and stored into the memory. So the particular amount of bits will be utilized for the month. After that, rest of the bit will get wasted. Similarly for year. Now suppose if we are using a bit fill concept. If we are going to use the bit fill concept, so how we are going to use the bit fill concept? So there is a data type name. First of all, there is a data type name. After that, variable name. Variable name can be anything. Then colon, then size in a bits. That is how many bits you want to use. Okay. Now you can say in this simple example, struct date. We are having integer dd stands for day. Colon 5. That means we are going to use only 5 bits. Suppose that particular d variable allocate the memory for d is 2 byte of memory location. Consider, suppose the memory reserved for variable d is 2 byte of memory location. So out of 2 byte, I want to use only 5 bits. Why 5 bits? Because d has a value between 1 and 31. So 5 bits are sufficient. That means if we are talking about days, so days will be varies from 1 to 31 only. It cannot goes beyond. It cannot exceed the value 31. 31 के बाद 32 days नहीं आते किसी भी month में. ठीक है? That means days अगर start होते हैं तो first day, second day, third day till the 31. If you see the calendar, so last date is 31. We haven't seen the date is 32. So it means that maximum bits is 5. If you convert 31 into the binary, so you will get the 5 bits only. You will get the 5 bits only. If you will see 30, you will see 29, you will see 28, and whatever bit. That means maximum bit from 1 to 31. So max to max to represent day, we require the 5 bits. And how many bytes are reserved for day? It's a 16 bit. That means which is equal to 2 byte of memory location. So out of 16 bit, I'm going to use only 5 bits. I'm going to use only 5 bits. So whatever bits you are going to use, just after the colon, you have to represent with the numbers. That means day colon 5. So for the variable day, the maximum bit will be utilized as 5 bits. Maximum 5 bits. First 5 bits will be utilized for day. After that, integer month colon 4. That means for month, again 2 byte is allocated. Again 2 byte is allocated. That means we are having a 16 bit. It is 1 byte which is equal to 8 bit. So 2 byte which is equal to 16 bit. So for month we are having a 2 byte of memory location, that is we are having 16 bit of memory locations. But if you're talking about the M is nothing but a month. So M has a value from 1 to 12 only. We haven't seen the month goes beyond the 12. January, February, whatever. First month, second month, third month, till the 12th month. So after that, we haven't seen 13th month. Okay, that is month will be from 1 to 12. So maximum value that if you are going to convert the 12 into a bit, so we require the maximum 4 bits. We require the maximum 4 bits. So out of 16 bit, I'm going to use only 4 bits. First 4 bits I'm going to use. So rest of the bit will be as it is. Rest of the bit will be as it is. So here we are going to reutilize. Sorry, we are going to use the memory locations very efficiently. So memory wastage problem will get recovered over here. After that, unsigned int y. So year can be of anything. Okay, 2019, 2020, 21, whatever, 1995, whatever. Okay. After that, we have written one main over here. So printf the size of date is we are going to find out the size over here. Size after that struct date dt. Under that dt we have stored 31, 12, and 2014. So 31 is a day, 12 is a month, and 2014 is a year. After that, we have printed the date. So dt dot date, dt dot d, dt dot m, and dt dot y. We are going to print the value of the date, month, and year. So likewise, we have to use a date field. Hope you all are understood the concept of a bit field, how we are going to use the bit field, how we are going to declare the bit field, how we are going to utilize the bit field in the structure. Okay, so hope you all are got the concept. So thank you one and all. Thank you.